Guys, deluded Guna, you choosing Golo Kante. I'm back again. Now spoken about giving Wilshere another contract and the whole contract nonsense that is Jack Wilshere and has been running over. Will he, won't he? 1 minute he wants to stay, 1 minute he wants to go. 1 minute I want him to, with Wenger's words, I want him to stay and be captain. The other, it's another thing. We're now in March, touching fast approaching April, a month before the season ends. I mean, he can talk to foreign clubs at the moment. Juventus and AC Milan interested in him allegedly. I mean, you can go link up with Szczesny in Italy, and you did have your wedding there, so it's a beautiful country and you can be way out of the spotlight in that regards. But I thought, let me just do a quick I don't want to call it pros and cons, or I actually put does he and don't he. I don't know, I was up late now, I couldn't sleep, so I thought let me try and just let creative juices flow, man. You guys know how this stuff can get. So let's say does he, in relation to him getting a contract. Now, to set the context, we know, we actually don't know the figures, but allegedly he's been offered a very good package. I mean, it's a pay cut, but I believe in incentives he can actually earn more and earn a good wage. So that's decent. But let's start with the does he. Now, in regards to him signing a new deal, does he deserve a better deal or whatever? Firstly, you've got to factor in inflation. Now, I'm no financial expert and stuff like that, but common sense with how the market is going, you've got to factor in inflation. And these men have expenses as well, they're living life. Just because he's got a bigger house or stuff, he's still got a house, he's still got a mortgage, he's still got ute, so he needs to factor in inflation, or he could feel a pinch, because we know even now it's hurting to save money as well if you've got a savings account and stuff. So inflation's a big thing you've got to worry about. It would no doubt be his last big contract per se. I mean, unless you're the Neymars and these sort of things and Ronaldo's and that, when you touch these mad 27, 28, 29, 30, you're not really going to get a mad thing in terms of the contract. So he's got to secure, tying in fact, from inflation, he's kind of got to get a real what he deems quality contract, to be honest with you. Obviously, regardless of your opinions on the man, whether you think he deserves it or he's fit or he's the best thing since sliced bread, you've got to look at, from a business point of view, you've got to look at what your colleagues are getting around you. You've got to look at these things, whether they're performing or not. You've got to look at these things and then think in comparison what you could be going for. Like, this is just common sense. To a degree, he's shown his fitness, man. He was fit for the long part at Dortmund. He was fit here. He's been one of them. All of them have needed to show up after the poor season, but he's been one of them that, with the contract up, he needs to play for a contract. It was very much stay fit and you'll get a new deal. You need to prove yourself, prove if you can still play for Arsenal. But me personally, I think he lost his mojo. That's why he went to Bournemouth. Yeah, either way, he proved his fitness. And I mean, if you said prove your fitness and you get a new deal, then that's what a man's done, innit? I've actually heard that he's been fitter than Ramsey in the last 18 months or 2 years. That's crazy if that's true. I don't know if that's true, but if that's true, then really and truly this injury debate in regards to his contract kind of doesn't stand legs, and they're violating in that regards. Big games, he's been, I don't want to say turn up, but he's been one of the better players. He's had a good season, to be honest with you, let's not lie. So he's shown fitness. Goals and assists, they need to improve. But on the basis, like, these things are good. These are good reasons for wanting a better contract. Good form as well, to be honest with you. A show of faith by Wenger, by the club, to give him a new deal after proving himself. So you might just simply want more money. Like it might sound bad, but like let's be honest. We'd all want more money. If we could sit down with our boss and he says, "Oh, I want to keep you, DG," blah blah blah. What more do you want? You're gonna ask for more if you can. Like, that's the honesty. So we can't critique him whether we believe he deserves it or not. That's the God's honest truth. So yeah. Don't he? This is what he doesn't deserve now. Why he doesn't? The injuries is still, we can't forget about the injury record. It's still there and it's still a risk. Do we give him a new deal and he gets injured again? I think he's even injured in the Italy game now, for England's game against Italy. Now, if we're looking at it that we have 50 million, 70 if we get champs, there's a Europa League. There's a lot of departures that need to happen, whether it's to help us financially with the wages or transfers. So we might see it as Wilshere. It's not financially smart to give him this deal or to pour finances into Wilshere simply because of it's not deemed that. You can already see Millerstadt and all of these guys. They don't really have sentiment to Jack Wilshere and Husrami, the negotiator. So yeah. I mean, there's also scope for Ramsey leaving, Wilshere leaving, and a defensive mid comes in, to be honest, or a better centre midfielder or someone of presence. So if that's gonna be it, if that's the club's thinking, then that's the club's thinking. To be honest, that's the club's thinking. To be honest, man. Another thing. For me, anyways, when I was judging this, as much as you guys know I love Jack Wilshere, he's the reason I'm making these vids, to be honest with you, essentially. And if it was up to me, the deal would have been signed. But when you look at the Arsenal side, or when you look at the Barcelona side, you're saying Suarez is in there straight away, Messi is in there straight away, Madrid, Kroos, Modric to a degree now, because we're seeing rumours he might leave. Ronaldo. You get the point. When you're looking at Arsenal, I know there's not these sort of caliber players, but you're saying Ozil's probably going to start. Koscielny's not been in good form, but you're going to say Koscielny. Is Jack, for Jack Wilshere, for me, he is. But when you list, if you're listing guys that are going to start no matter what, or just blanket, is Jack Wilshere one of them? So he's not. I think he is, but by that degree, he's not. So if you're not, then you don't get the mad peas. Like, you don't get the mad peas. I've previously said, and I still honestly believe, the only midfielder at this club clear of him is Ozil, and it's true, because they're all equally dead. Like, you get me? But yeah, you're not one of the first. You're not, like, if you're picking your best Arsenal team, you might have cause for putting in Wilshere, and I would. But by the same logic, there's some who won't, or you might not necessarily, to be honest with you. So by that logic, do you deserve creme de la creme contracts, to be honest with you? Like, it might not. Like, it doesn't make sense. There's a lot of pros and cons, and there's no right and answers. My opinion, I would give him a new deal. I'm not too sure about a significant pay increase, but if it was me, and I'm not no expert and things like that, so I don't want to sound blasé, but the contract would be sorted. Like, you would know if you're going to sign this deal or not. I'd personally keep him, not to sound cliche. He's a damn good footballer. He knows Arsenal in and out. He gets a lot of leeway for that. But yeah, guys, Deluded, Guna, YouTube's N'Golo Kante. Get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out.